What is up, people, and welcome back to my Rags to Riches F1 2010 to 2014 career mode. This is the career mode where we go from one of the worst teams in F1 2010, work our way up through the ranks and through the teams, and try and get a drive for one of the best teams in F1 2014. We are currently in the F1 2013 season, doing the third round of the classic tracks at the moment. And if you have missed the previous episode, you will find that in the top right hand corner of your screen. If you've missed any of the episodes in this series, you will find all those in the playlist also in that top right hand corner of your screen. So going into the final two rounds of this 2013 season, if you didn't already know, basically we did the F1 2013 season, and then because you've got the 4 classic tracks on this game, we decided to include them as well. So we're doing them at the end of the season now. So going into the final 2 races of the season, we are currently in P5 in the championship. So that's pretty good news. P5 in the championship, not too bad. It's a McLaren seat for next season, but we want to do better. We want to do better in the season. We're close to Nico Rosberg, only 4 points away from the Mercedes driver. And of course, if we do overtake Nico Rosberg, we will get a Ferrari seat for next season, which is a team that we're more likely to challenge for the championship than McLaren. Looking at the Constructors' Championship as well, Mercedes, who were leading that by such a huge margin over us go like 10 races ago, now the gap is only 15 points. 15 points now between Ferrari and Mercedes. That's a gap that we can easily close up in the next 2 races. However, we need these next 2 races to go our way. So fingers crossed, that is exactly what is going to happen. But without any further ado, let's get into the qualifying session for the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Here we go then, one-shot qualifying time for the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Now I know that I can get within 1 minute on this lap here in Brands Hatch, so hopefully we can do that. And if we do, we will be within the guys that are at the moment in pole position. So fingers crossed we do manage to make that happen. I'm going to concentrate now, make sure that we can do the best that we possibly can on this lap, and see how it goes. Okay, so far so good. Only 73 thousandths of a second down on Sebastian Vettel's time. Hopefully we could be on for pole position. Okay then, only one more corner left to go. The lap time is looking pretty good at the moment. I don't think it's going to be good enough for pole position just yet, but here we go, down towards the line. What is the lap time going to be good enough for? Will it be good enough for the top half? Yes, it is. P6 at the moment. Not too bad. Not quite exactly where we wanted to be. We may go for one more. Actually, no, we won't, because we won't have enough fuel for one more lap. But still, P6 is a really, really decent result. A very good qualifying session for myself, driving as Felipe Massa today. 6/10 off the pace. Not too bad at the end of the day. I know that I can get into the 1 minute, so it's a little bit disappointing that we didn't quite get there, but I know that I've got the pace with a few more laps of practice. I reckon I can get back up there. Hopefully as well, try and get past Nico Rosberg down in towards turn 1 or turn 2. As long as we stay ahead of him, that is a stride towards beating him in the Drivers' Championship. So fingers crossed, that is the way it goes. But Sebastian Vettel beats Lewis Hamilton by 69 thousandths of a second. So close between those two once again, with Fernando Alonso in third. Remember, he's hunting down this championship at the moment. He needs a good result here today. Nico Rosberg is in 4th with Mark Webber 5th. It's myself in 6th with Jenson Button 7th, Kimi Räikkönen 8th, Sergio Perez in 9th, Roman Grosjean in 10th, and Nico Hülkenberg and Paul di Resta just missing out on the top 10 here today. Any surprises in qualifying? No, not really. So let's see what we can do from 6th on the grid. It's race day here at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix, starting in 6th on the grid. Really, really good qualifying session for myself, but once again, I feel like I could have done better in that session. I feel like I should have got within the top 3, top 4, possibly even on pole position for the first time this season, but we're going to have to see whether we can do that at the Imola Grand Prix. Wait and see for that one. Looking at the race strategy for today, starting on the options, pitting for the primes on lap 8 of this 19-lap race. Cautious fuel strategy as per usual. P6 on the grid, 0% chance of rain. So without any further ado, let's head down to the track and get today's race underway. There is Sebastian Vettel lining up in pole position for today's race. He's got Lewis Hamilton alongside him in 2nd, Fernando Alonso 3rd. It's Nico Rosberg in 4th, Mark Webber in 5th, and there's myself driving as Felipe Massa lining up in P6. Remember, we need to beat Nico Rosberg in today's race to give us a chance of beating him in the championship. As we go to 5, red lights, it is lights out, and away we go for the Brands Hatch Grand Prix, going down in towards turn 1. Not a good start for either of the Mercedes drivers, trying to get past Lewis Hamilton, can't quite do it into there, nearly going to the back of Mark Webber, but I think I've got the job done on Nico Rosberg. Here we go, up the inside, into the hairpin, braking later than all these guys, side by side with Lewis Hamilton now. Can we get a better exit? Not too sure. Yes, we can. There we go, getting the job done and moving up into P2. Now, right on the back of Sebastian Vettel. Let's see whether we can just, you know, hang on through this lap and maybe go for the overtake down in towards turn 1. Unfortunately, losing out a bit of time there, and we're going to have to make up that ground. Right, still very much on the tail of Sebastian Vettel at the moment. If we can hook up turn 1, then we'll have a great... Ah, no. Turn 1 is such a difficult corner to get right. It's so easy to get that corner wrong. Running it a little bit wide into the hairpin. That's going to give us a good exit, though, out of the corner. Following Sebastian Vettel still. We're going to have to wait till the next lap, but hopefully we can do it then. Was so close to the back of Sebastian Vettel, unfortunately, through those fast corners that I lost the back of him. But we know we're quick, and we know we still have that chance to close him up. Well, he's not too far away. He is still within a second at the moment. So if we get everything right, then it shouldn't be too hard to catch him up. Okay, this is going to be a good opportunity for myself to get Sebastian Vettel down in towards turn 1, using all of the track available to us. Here we go. Following in the slipstream, using curves now. Fastest lap of the race so far. Up the inside of Sebastian Vettel. And there we go. Job done on the Red Bull driver. Moving up into the lead of the race. And could this be our 3rd win of the season so far? Let's wait and see. Although tyre wear could be an issue. That front left is starting to get a little bit hot. So let's, you know, ease off now. We're in the lead of the race. Go down in towards standard mix. Save a bit of fuel. And just take it easy for the rest of the race. We're still going quick. You know, still sailing purple there in Sector 1, 4 tenths quicker than Sebastian Vettel. So we'll also see whether we can get a bit of a gap there to the Red Bull driver, but I'm not too sure about that. Okay, here we go. It's pit stop time at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. So far, so good in this race as we come into the pit lane, put it down into Lee Mixon. Nearly going straight into the barrier there, but into the pits we go. Looks like everybody else is carrying on apart from a few other drivers. That's not going to hold us up, luckily, so it's still a 3.1 second stop. Such a small pit lane here at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix, but we get back out on track. Whereabouts does it release us? Okay, just down in towards turn 1. Should be okay. Do we have to brake for turn 1? No, we don't. Yeah, we do. Okay. Oh, the curb likes to slingshot you out wide there, but you know, it's so far so good. Up into P6 still after the pit stop phase. We need a good outlap in order to get out ahead of Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, the likes of those guys, but a good in lap, and we're not doing too bad so far in this race. Okay, so we're going to have the other drivers into the pits on this lap. So whereabouts are we going to come out in contention with these guys? Fernando Alonso looks like he's in second at the moment. Where are the leaders? There we go. Job done on those guys. Moving up into the lead of the race once again. And we have a nice, healthy lead over Sebastian Vettel at the moment, which is exactly what we wanted coming into this lap. Still in P2 though, actually. Mark Webber deciding to stay out for an extra lap. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do on those old tyres. But currently in P2 at the moment, I've got Vettel in 3rd and Fernando Alonso in 4th. As I go purple there, 4 seconds faster, but I think that's because we had a had the pit stop as well. So I don't think it's quite 4 seconds faster at the moment, but still, quick lap at the moment. Okay, Mark Webber into the pits at the moment. We're going to get past him and look at that lap time, a 101.137. And I was too busy looking at the lap time. I wasn't looking at the track that's going to allow... Oh, Vettel's come straight into the side of me. I didn't know where he was at all. I've got a warning for causing a collision there. Unfortunately, having to let him through. So now, after setting an incredible lap time, too busy not concentrating on my own race, that's allowed Sebastian Vettel to have a great run on me. But I'm going to go up the inside now, in towards the next corner, side by side with Sebastian Vettel. He's done the switchback, though, on me, side by side with the Red Bull driver. But there we go, job done for Sebastian Vettel. Now, where will Mark Webber come through? Will he go for the attack down in towards this next corner? I don't think he will for now. And no, he doesn't. We hold on to the lead of the race. But that was too close for comfort. Oh, I've accidentally taken out Mark Webber as well. I don't know what Mark Webber was doing, but I've accidentally taken out Mark Webber somehow. Let's have a look at that. We'll get rid of this. And let's have a look. So down in towards this fast right-hander. We run it a tad wide, to be fair. Completely missing the apex. Mark Webber actually gains a lot because of that. And as we go looking for the next corner, I didn't expect him to gain so much room. I feel like, however, though, if we weren't turning over to the right, he still would have gone into the side of us and put himself into a spin. So unfortunately there for Mark Webber, who collects his teammate as well. And that's going to allow Fernando Alonso to have a great run on Sebastian Vettel down towards turn 1. Nearly actually got past Vettel there. He could have been absolutely incredible from Fernando Alonso's point of view, with Webber spinning ahead of him. Vettel crashing out. That would have been incredible scenes there. But unfortunately for Alonso, that's not how it went. We're still holding on to our lead, though. We've got Mark Webber completely gone away from us. We've got Vettel in second still, and Alonso in third. But that may change very, very soon. Okay, we've got a 2-second lead over Sebastian Vettel at the moment. We've had to put it down in towards fuel conservation mode because, yeah, we're on -2 laps of fuel, which is not exactly where we'd like to be. So we're still going to have to push whilst trying to save fuel. Hopefully, we can get this car to the end. Because if I throw away this win because of fuel, I'm going to be so frustrated. Okay, I now have Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso for company. So I need that to go back to optimal fuel. Otherwise, it's going to be a little bit difficult for these last 4 laps. However, I do still believe that we have the pace in the car and in my own abilities to hold off Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso. They're going to be quick, especially in that slipstream down in towards the fast corners. But as long as I don't make any mistakes, we should be okay. I'm about to lap my first car, I think, since F1 2010. Incredible stuff there. It's been ages since I've lapped a car, and he is doing a fantastic job for me at the moment, holding up Sebastian Vettel and Fernando Alonso down in towards turn 1. 2 seconds now is the gap as we go into the final 2 laps of this race. Thank you very much to, I think it was Jules Bianchi. So thank you very much, Jules Bianchi, for holding up those 2 drivers. I'm very happy about that. And we're into optimal fuel as well, so I can put it back up into standard mix and run as normal in this race. Here we go then, final lap for this Brands Hatch Grand Prix. We're still in the lead of the race. We've got Sebastian Vettel in second, Fernando Alonso hunting him down in third place. Can Alonso get the second place, get onto the podium, and really help himself charge for that championship? As it stands, we are going to be in 4th place as well, which is brilliant news for us. There's going to be in a Ferrari seat for next season, but it's going to be all dependent on the final race in Imola. So we'll have to wait and see whether we can hold on to the position in the championship or not. But 2.5 seconds out on track, that's exactly how we want to be right now. Here we go then, coming down to the final corner now, and this Brands Hatch Grand Prix. 1 more corner left to go, down towards the line. It is going to be victory, our 3rd victory of this F1 2013 season at the Brands Hatch Grand Prix. Forza Ferrari, baby. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. That is exactly what we needed here today, and that's really going to help us to close up to Nico Rosberg in the championship. What a result. What a win. And what a great job for the team as Alonso gets him at the end. No, Vettel had a penalty. Did Vettel have a penalty? He must have had a penalty. Where's Vettel? Where's Vettel? Where is he? Am I being blind? He's in 7th. Did he have a penalty? Or did he have a problem? Something happened to Sebastian Vettel at the end of the race. Something massive happened at the end of the race, because you've got Alonso, Rosberg, Hülkenberg, Bottas, and Ricciardo all on 0.7 seconds behind me. I think something's messed up with the game here, but that is incredible. Valtteri Bottas has got 10 points for the Williams. He finished in 5th place. Daniel Ricciardo takes home 8 points for the Toro Rosso. What on earth happened in that race? What on earth happened towards the end of the race? Sebastian Vettel, he's the big loser though, way down in 7th place. Also, Lewis Hamilton down in 17th. He has lost out 18 points to his championship contender of Fernando Alonso. And the gap going into today's race, I'm pretty much, yes, it was 17. So Alonso is now the championship leader going into the final race of this F1 2013 season. And he's leading Lewis Hamilton by 1 point. What on earth happened today? What on earth happened in that race? But it is myself driving as Felipe Massa who gets the race win. What a result, what a race. And I've got to say, we just kept it clean. Like I said, we had the pace of this circuit. We did ourselves a really good job. And I'm happy. I'm really happy with the result. I'm happy with the pace that we had. We weren't just winning. We had some really decent pace here today. Fernando Alonso, he finishes in 2nd. Nico Rosberg somehow manages to work his way back up into 3rd place. So I'm not too sure whether there was a glitch with the game or something like that. You know, I'll have to wait and see and look back at the footage towards the end of the race, looking at the mini-map. But I'm pretty sure Vettel crossed the line ahead of Alonso. Nico Hülkenberg, he finished in 4th with Valtteri Bottas 5th. Then it was Ricciardo 6th, Vettel in 7th, Raikkonen 8th, Perez in 9th, Di Resta getting the final championship point here today with Mark Webber and Jenson Button just missing out on the points. We had Lewis Hamilton down in 17th place, and Esteban Gutierrez getting beaten by Charles Peake as well. So not a good day for those drivers. Roman Grosjean also down there in 14th place. So not a good day for those guys. But let's look at the Drivers' Championship. So then, taking a look at the Drivers' Championship going into the final round of the F1 2013 season, it is now Fernando Alonso who leads the Drivers' Championship, beating Lewis Hamilton by 1 point. There is only 1 point in it for the Drivers' Championship in the F1 2013 season. It's going to be really interesting to see who is going to come out on top in that battle. It all comes down to the Grand Prix in Imola. Sebastian Vettel, he'll hold on to his third place. There's no doubt about that. But Nico Rosberg has now been overtaken by myself to get into 4th place. The gap between the two of us now is only 6 points. 6 points in the championship. So 6 points separates us two as we go into the final race. He could easily beat that deficit going into the final race. So it's not a job done for the Ferrari seat just yet, but we are definitely closing in on the Ferrari seat. We're exactly where we need to be. We'd rather be in front going into the final race than behind and having to do the job. As long as we can, you know, beat Nico Rosberg or stay 1 place behind him in the race, then that's going to be job done for us. So we'll be looking forward to see whether we can do that or not. It's going to be an interesting race in Imola with Mark Webber way down behind us on 180 points in P6, so we don't really have to worry about him at all. Nico Hülkenberg, he moves up above Jenson Button, so that's just an interesting thing to look at. But looking at the Constructors' Championship now, and Ferrari are leading that one as well. So Fernando Alonso takes the lead of the Drivers' Championship. We're exactly where we need to be in P4, and we've also taken the lead of the Constructors' Championship here as well. What a day! What a day for Ferrari at Brands Hatch, with Mercedes now dropping down into 2nd place, and the gap between our two teams is now 7 points. 7 points separates Ferrari and Mercedes going into the final race of the season. Red Bull will hold on to P3. Looks like they can't catch up to us. Lotus in P4. We don't have to worry about any of those other teams. So that is it for today's Brands Hatch Grand Prix. If you have enjoyed the episode, don't forget to smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And don't forget to share this video with your friends. And I'll see you next time for the final round of the F1 2013 season at the Imola Grand Prix. But until then, it's goodbye from me.